What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Brent Edmonds is back here with you, and I know you guys are so super excited when the next one opens up. You've been practicing those certain steps, and it's now becoming a part of your daily routine, and then it's just nice and simple, right? And awesome thing is, today is all about routines and habits of success. Okay, routines are the stuff that you do every single day, the tasks, the things that need to get done. Okay. So an example of like what my daily routine looks like, I work from home, I'm a stay-at-home dad, so this is what mine looks like every single morning. Even throughout the day. Okay. So my girlfriend's normally at work. Okay. But I gotta take care of my son, so whenever we get up, I don't necessarily have a set time when we get up. When we get up, we get up. I still get my stuff done whenever. But we get up, I put on my clothes. Okay. I make sure he goes to the bathroom. Then we wash him up, get him breakfast. Okay, maybe put on a show. Okay. If I got work, good workload in the morning, I'll work a little bit. If not, it's all about playing with him. Sometimes he gets his tablet. We mix in a variety of things. Sometimes he gets his tablet. Some electronics, or we can color, play puzzles, go upstairs, play with toys. He's got a kitchen set up there. He's got a trampoline. He's got a whole bunch of stuff up there. A lot of stuff to keep him occupied. And and then by that time, when it comes up, when that time, is up, okay, I prepare lunch. We eat lunch, maybe put on another show, or pick a new show, depending on the day. And then then after that, we get him ready for his nap. Okay, we take a nap. Then during his nap, I really go hardcore work. With the little bit of time that I do got, whether it's whether it's the job that I have, outside of it, making sure everything's all good and in order with my other job. Making sure I'm creating the content here, making sure, I'm thinking, brainstorming ideas. So routine. So after he gets up, typically this is when I'm finishing up with this. And then he gets up. I start getting dinner in order, or finishing up a little bit on this. It may not be taking too long. And then prepare dinner. Oh yeah, we got a dog, so in the morning I let the dog out as well, make sure she's fed. Same with right when he goes down for his nap. So then after dinner, we I clean the kitchen, sanitize it, clean all the dishes, get the dishwasher going, take the dog out, if it's bath night that night, a lot of times I'm giving him the bath. And then sometimes it's her, which is super awesome. If I need to fold clothes throughout the day, sometimes I need to do clothes, earlier in the day, and then later on I fold them. Then I just go down, sit down, and relax. I just do relaxation. Sometimes I add in the meditation. Sometimes I just want to chill, not focus on anything, put on a movie on Netflix, just chill. Then I take my shower. Sometimes I take my showers in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening, depends on how I feel at that moment in time and what I need to get done. And then it's bed. Okay. Wake up, do the same thing. Some things change, some things do not, but you keep your consistent routine for the most part. Okay. You add those all into your routine, and and I had to fix this up too, just so it worked, because there were times that I was getting overstressed. Okay. absolutely overstressed, and I had to dig deep. I was making excuses that, oh, I'm not getting any help from you. You go to work for 8 hours and then you come home, you don't do anything. I mean, first of all, it's an excuse, right? I needed to do something to make it easier on myself. So we adjusted, alright? And then the next one, habits of excellence. I mean, you just gotta think, okay, what's the most important, okay? Are you sitting there binge watching shows for hours on end? Or are you watching Netflix when you should be doing homework, when you should be, doing something useful with that time, okay? So you need to be able to break that habit, okay? So why are routines and habits important? Okay, first we got to learn to identify and break limiting habits, okay, in a clear and manageable way by understanding what is and isn't in line with our goals. Okay, so is Netflix going to get me to reach my goals when if I didn't do anything throughout the day, didn't have any time to do any of this? Okay, anything for you guys to produce that content. Okay, am I making the best out of my time if I chose to watch Netflix right then and there? Okay, or even in the evening. Okay, if I didn't get anything done or I was very limited and I had to adjust, am I just putting on Netflix and chilling, or am I, doing something useful with that time? Okay. Develop your structure to build new habits. Right? I had to adjust, right? I had to develop a new structure, okay, for my days to make it a little bit less stressful so I had enough time to do the things that are most important to me, okay? Like I said, I just stated, it reduces the toll it takes on you physically, mentally, and socially. Because the routine I had going before, I mean, I was overall drained in all those areas. Overall drained, I was absolutely gassed by the end of the day, and I work from home. Okay, and at one point, I wasn't doing this extra stuff on the side. Okay, I was just doing my other job and mostly caring for him. Okay, I had some other factors, mixed in where, mentally it was tough, but, I made excuses during that time. Okay, so I had to find myself first. Okay, and then I had to find a way to make sure my routine was set so I would be less stressful throughout the day. Okay. Learn to rely on the power of routine when building or breaking habits. Less on limited supply of self-discipline and willpower. Okay, so basically what that means is rely on your routine. Okay, that is going to help you stay disciplined, because once you make it routine, the discipline and the willpower all fall in place. Okay, when it's a part of your routine, that means you're gonna be doing it. Okay, because it needs to get done, because it's that important to you. Okay, and leverage the power of routines. This is number 4. Leverage the power of routines before, during, after competition to consistently perform at your best when it matters most. Okay, so trust your routine, build your routine in game. Okay, so before the game, so you got your pregame routine, what you do beforehand. You got during it, so ump makes a bad call. How are you responding? Are you taking a deep breath, shaking it off, ignoring it? You just get back to present moment, focus on the next outcome, right? You don't have control over the outcome, but you got control on whether you throw a strike, whether you swing the bat, etc. Okay? And then afterward, I mean, are you self-reflecting and sitting there just mentally beating yourself up about your performance? Or are you being productive? Okay, so I will be giving a few techniques that you can use to be able to counter that. Okay, because I used to be a person that beat myself up, but I also looked at the positives as well, during that process. So 50% of goal achievement happens outside of your workout. Okay, so outside of doing the physical stuff, which, like I mentioned, the physical stuff's easy to do. You want to lose weight, you got to commit to diet. The diet is the hard part because nobody wants to give up those foods that taste good. We just simply don't. Okay, I mean, I'm one of them, right? I mean, I've had no problems, real problems in my life, with weight gain, weight loss. There were a couple times, and then I lost the weight, adjusted, my portions. But, I mean, if you're not feeding yourself mentally, I mean, the mental part's the hard part, okay? And being able to learn to be able to sustain it. That's why learning these tools are super important, okay? So make sure you do the assessment. Okay, let me go over to the assessment. And the one thing that I learned was, a lot of people, even the people that I've given this assessment to, they'll just look at some of the answers, and they'll write 7. 7 is just a common answer. Like, I'm in between, and it's not that I'm not doing it, but I'm in between doing it, so I'm right in the middle. 7 is right in the middle of 5 and 10, so they just write down 7. Okay, be totally honest. You can't write down 7 though. Okay, it's got to be any other number. Okay, minus 7. So let's just go take a look in the members area. What it looks like real quick. So scroll down, and you know where to go at this point. So we are on step 7, routines and habits of success. Okay. And again, in the document, this was supposed to be in the document, and for some reason it just will not go over. So I put it right there for you to see all the time in the members area. Okay, the 3 R's of habit formation. Okay. So you see that the video is not up yet because we are in process right now. But click on the button. It takes you to the routines and habits of excellence assessment. Okay. Remember, you cannot write 7 in. What routines do you keep in your life and why? What do you know about how habits are created or broken? Okay, so you're going to answer those. Okay. Without a 7. But this is where you can't use the 7s. How would you grade yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? No 7s. At sticking to a routine you set up. Are you just that type of person that wakes up and you're just going to go with the flow of the day? Okay. Or do you have a set schedule that you follow almost every single day to make sure that you succeed and you get things done? Okay. Tell me about your everyday morning routine. Tell me about your everyday evening routine. What routines do you have pre-competition? What routines do you have post-competition? What routines do you have while you are competing? Okay. So make sure you answer those. Write them all out. Only number 3 you cannot use. It's on a scale of 1 to 10, but you cannot use the number 7. Okay. So let's exit out of that. We'll come back to that. Okay. So first, you got to be able to understand the habit loop. That is the next article in there. Well, I don't know why I came back. But understanding the habit loop, read through it. Okay, first it starts off with your trigger. Okay, the cue that starts your habit. Okay. Okay, step 2 is your routine, the action that you take when that cue gets triggered. Okay, so umpire makes a bad call. You're angry. How are you responding? What is the routine that you built in order to take action against that. Okay, keep yourself in that moment. Okay, mine used to be, I was a big time pitcher. Okay, well, I won't say big time because I didn't make the MLB, but most of my time came on the mound. Okay, especially in college. Umpires make bad calls. It leads to things. Instead of me being ahead, gives the hitter a good hitting count, and then he strokes a double for 2-3 RBIs, and I've exploded on outs before. But then later on, you learn, like, hey, don't put it in their hands. Okay, don't, because first of all, you're just gonna start hurting yourself. You could probably throw it right down the middle, and they'll call ball just to do it because you challenged them. So what I started incorporating was, instead of taking the rubber right away, I pause. I found my focal point, focused on it, took my deep breath, slow in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. If I wasn't fully ready and I didn't fully drain it, do it again. Then take them out. Okay. That always got me back. Okay. And, the benefit you gain from doing that habit. I mean, the reward is you going out there and doing your job. At least for me it was. Okay. Knowing that I'm helping out the team and I got myself back. Okay. To be able to help the team. Okay. Yours can be any kind of reward. Okay. Maybe get some Gatorade or a chocolate bar. I don't know. I mean, whatever you want that to be. Okay. So make sure you go read through that. There's a little bit more. Gives you examples. Okay. So let's exit out of that. So make sure you understand the habit loop and know how to break it. Okay. And coming back. Alright. So when you go through this and you start to identify what that bad habit is, what are you going to do to make it a good habit? Because you're never really going to get rid of a bad habit, but you can replace it, right? One of my bad habits is, I do dip. Okay. Picked it up in college, a lot of the other guys doing it, so I started doing it, I fell victim to, the peer pressure. Still do it to this day, and, eventually, I really want to quit. I've tried quitting multiple times with no success yet. I haven't had enough willpower yet. And, you just make the excuses. So, what I can do is, I find the replacement. Right? That could be gum, that could be seeds, that could be anything else to put myself in the mouth when I get that urge. Okay? So then my reward for that is, a better overall health, more energy, better, cleaner looking teeth. Instead of, doing that, I just gotta figure that. So, I mean, what is a trigger? Okay, a lot of times the trigger with it is, okay, I throw one out, right when I get up, after I eat, when I'm bored, just watching TV, when I'm driving, okay? And I can't really get rid of those things, right? So I need to find, whenever I have that urge, I gotta find that replacement, okay? So my new routine could be, I go out and I buy more gum, I have it on hand. Or, I have my bag of seeds, have it on hand, have my water bottle, spit them in. And, the reward is better health. Okay? Simple, find yours. Okay? That's just one of my examples, the one really bad habit that I definitely have. Okay, I mean, I'm sure I got a few more bad habits. I'm not perfect. But that is the number one that comes to my mind every single day. Since I've been, 19, 20 is when I picked it up. Did it a little bit when I was 19. It wasn't as bad. But 20 is when, I got way more into it. Okay, some strategies, which I got all fully listed for you in the members area. You got to bookend your AM, PM. Okay, your AM, PM routines. Okay, right here. Your AM is excellence. Okay, when you wake up, what are you doing to jumpstart your day? I mean, are you going and getting a workout in? Are you getting up doing some yoga? You get up, you read the newspaper with your cup of coffee. I mean, what are you doing to jumpstart our day in that moment? Okay. Throughout the day, you go with the flow of the day, and then you got your PM reflection. Okay, so what you can do is write down 3 positives versus 1 negative. Okay. What were 3 positives that happened throughout your day? What was 1 negative? Okay, and just reflect on it, and reflect on what needs to maybe change for the next day in order for it to be success, right? And if it was a successful day, you feed off of that, and then you do the same thing the next day, right? Yeah, so that's one strategy that you can use, and then you got your pre, during, and post routine. Okay? So how do you switch to competition mode? I mean, are you using music? For me, it was always the order I put on my clothes. Did I use music? Yes. Was it a necessary thing all the time? No. But the way I put on my clothes, like I always had to put on my right sock first. Right sock, left sock. Then I put on the compressions, the sliding pants. If I wore stirrups, I put on my stirrups before that, before the compression pants. But then the compression pants were second. The undershirt was third. The jersey was fifth, fourth, and then my baseball pants were fifth. Then my belt was second. I don't even remember the order that I'm talking about right now. So either way, so it went pants. Then I put on my hat. Put on, if I wore, sometimes I would wear like a band, like a wristband. Put that on next. Put on the hat. Put on the sunglasses. When I was younger, I always had to make sure I wore eye black, whether I was pitching or not. Put it on. Put like 3-4 layers. I put it on thick. Put on my shoes. Make sure I have everything, in my car, ready to go. Have it out. Carry it to the car. Make sure I got my waters all packed away. Just something I always stuck to before the game. During the game, a mistake or a bad call happens. How is your reaction? How do you move on in order to perform? Okay. So this one, when I was younger, I really didn't have a routine for this. Okay. For me, I always got angry, and I would overthrow whenever I got angry, or I would swing harder. Okay. I mean, there were times when I would just drain it and be like, okay, it's part of the game. But I didn't necessarily have a routine for it. Okay, that wasn't until like junior year on, and I played after college in men's leagues. And that's when I really used that routine. The focal point, step off, take your time, take your deep breath, and I'm not taking the mound until, I'm done. Okay, maybe I laugh it off, I smile, whatever. maybe crack a joke to one of my teammates, something. But that always got me back in the moment. I mean, that did a 10 times better job than what I was doing before. Okay, in your post game, I mean, I definitely had a pre and I definitely had a post. If I had a bad game, I didn't talk to nobody. I reflected on what happened and what I needed to do to change it. So this is when you really write in your 3 positives and the 1 negative. You can even use meditation to be able to clear your mind. Okay. Wind back to step 6. Okay, meditation. So let's just quickly wrap up. I mean, I went 25 minutes over. You can do the reading right there, and then your strategies, bookend your AM PM routine. What are you doing in the morning to make sure you're having an excellent and successful day? What are you doing to wrap up your day? Okay, reflect on the day, and then create a pre, during, and post competition routine. Even workouts. Okay. Make sure you do that. Those strategies that you got right there, make sure you use like a notebook or, just any kind of sheet of paper. You can even go into Google Docs if you have that, type it all out, whatever works for you. Okay? Get to work on this, and step 8 is coming up. Step 8 is time management and organization, which I love this one, and I really need to. I want to get my girlfriend on it right now, okay, to create a little bit less stress for her in her life, okay. Something that even I got to do a little bit of a better job of as well. But I mean, I do a pretty good job, of it right now. But it can definitely be improved. But practice these the next 5 days. Make sure you got this all prepared, and then you're practicing implementing it. And then we're going to go over time management. So I will see you guys in 5 days.